Hi, I'm Mark Hockman with PC World, and we're here to learn more about what are 1-watt panels. So earlier this week, Intel introduced this concept of 1-watt panels, what they call Intel Low Power Display Technology. And we're here with Intel to find out a little bit more. So why don't you explain a little bit more about what a 1-watt panel is and what it's going to do for the PC?
Sure. So the idea is we want to have laptops that deliver incredible performance. So we never want to compromise performance, but we also know consumers also want really long battery life.
Sure.
So what we were trying to do with the Intel low power display technology that we talked about this week at Computex, which you see on this system here, is we actually addressed a couple system level solutions to bring the battery life down. So we worked with two panel vendors, Sharp and Innolux, and we created a special panel spec, which was a combination of the electronics of the panel, but also working with the Intel display hardware and software to optimize the power. And so compared to a typical 1080p LCD panel that most laptops have that run maybe about 2 watts during video playback and other usage scenarios, this runs as low as 1 watt, in some cases even lower.
So half the power, basically.
So half the power.
Okay.
And the result of that can be about a 4 to 8 hour increase in battery life.
Very nice.
All right. In fact, in this case, we took this off the shelf Dell XPS 13 system, and we retrofitted our low power display technology enabled panel. And this went from 20 hours of video playback to over 25 hours. And so we have it running in constant loop to show that.
Now, is this anything esoteric? I mean, is this some sort of arcane display technology, or is this something we're familiar with?
No, it's actually something we're familiar with. It's an LCD 1080p panel, and we just worked with the panel vendors on very special electronics to deliver the same kind of display quality, but do it at lower power, and then work with our graphics to really optimize the
what's the maximum amount of actually display luminosity that we're going to provide here?
Yeah, in this case, you can go all the way up to 350 nits, I believe. So it actually can go up quite a bit.
All right.
So again, we're not trying to change the specs to have that flexibility of the experience people want, but we're going after giving them a really, really power optimized experience without having to compromise the performance of the system.
That's excellent. So when are we actually going to see this in display in actual PCs?
Yeah, so you'll start to see PCs this fall in different laptop form factors from different OEMs. So this is an example of an HP system. An early version of it, but something you'll expect to see later that'll also feature the Intel low power display technology coming in the fall.
So these look like Ultrabooks. I mean, are we talking about U series, Y series processors?
Yeah, it's primarily geared at those more on-the-go mobile notebooks, so U and Y series based notebooks, because that's where the power, that battery life is the most premium. People want that worry-free power, that they also want the maximum performance, and so this system-level approach that we work closely with the community, work with the panel vendors, the OEMs, the ODMs, as well as our Intel technology to bring a whole system solution for max performance, max mobility, and max battery life.
That's great.
Right.
Now, we have two systems here, the HP and the Dell. We're talking about holidays as sort of the first time we see these things in mass production. How soon is this technology going to be actually pervasive, that we'll see it sort of as a de facto?
Yeah, I think as we go forward in time, we'll start this holiday, we're going to continue to work with more panel vendors on more specifications, more screen sizes, maybe look at HDR options, even 4K options where you can really bring the power down. And over time deliver more and more of these low power, really well-tuned system level options.
Okay. Well, those are 1-watt panels. We know they're going to come during the holiday season, and we can look forward to even better things to come.